successfully, and you can go to farm without even touching the soil, without even touching anything there, you can do that. The only time you need to work your ass out is when I first started. Yes, I do cultivate my land myself. I make ridges myself.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So you do a bay.
I make ridges.
You own cutlass. Wow.
Yes, I make vegetable beds myself.
Wow.
Because the land I had then was small, and if I should call people to come and do it for me, they are going to charge me higher. Considering what I am planting on it and the return I'm going to get from it, so I just be like, let me do this thing myself, so that next time the return I can use it to do a larger plot. So agriculture is labor intensive, but it can be managed. Yeah, we have people who have 100 acres of land. We have people who have more than 100 acres of land, and they still manage it. You can be a farmer without even touching the soil. You can be a farmer without even doing anything on the farm, and you will still be making your money. The only thing you need to do is to supervise those workers as they are working.
All right, Ms. Shukru, I want us to look at the hike in prices of food commodities, especially in Nigeria. I know we've highlighted as some of the barriers or challenges that youth face, you know, looking at attracting them into agriculture, looking at them embracing agriculture. We have talked about the issue of land, you know, them getting a land. We have talking about finance, you know, maybe because they don't have money, they don't have the money to start. That is why they are not venturing into agriculture. And then the orientation is not there. You know, we have talked about that. There is need for schools, homes, stakeholders to orientate and to teach the skill, because agriculture requires skill. Don't you agree? Agriculture requires skill, to teach the skill of agriculture to our youth. So let's look at the hike of food prices in Nigeria. I don't really know, but you as a farmer, do you think that if we all engage in agriculture, is that a concrete solution? You know, looking at the issue of food price hike, will it ever be solved? Because many people are pessimistic that, you know, food prices will continue to rise. You know, looking at the next 20, 40 years, even by 2050, there's a statistics already that we'll be buying what we are buying now, if you are not careful, ×2 of what we are buying now by 2050. So what do you think about that? Is it really a viable solution that we all engage in agriculture to make sure that we reduce food hike prices in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, in Africa?
One thing is, we all can't engage in agriculture. We can only play our part. Like homes now.
That's solid.
You have your own mini garden where you plant some of the things you consume. You have that in your house. You have that in your house. So by doing that, I think we are. Imagine like we having so many families who plant what they eat themselves. Who plant what they eat. Like, okay, every year, each family, they have a garden in their house. They plant maize, they plant this and that. If all the families, if we should plant maize, when you get to the market, there won't be increase in the price of maize in the market, because they know that almost everybody planted maize this year. So the little people who didn't plant anything, they are going to enjoy what is in the market, and the price won't be high. And another thing that do affect the price of foodstuffs in the market is cost of production. Cost of production. Things are not smiling. Like the agro inputs keeps increasing every day.
Wow.
The chemical we bought for 1-2 early last year, it is now like 2,500.
Wow.
3,000. So if the economy is affected, agriculture too will be affected. So most things keep in. Fertilizer used to be 6,650 per bag. Fertilizer is now like 14,000 naira per bag. Fertilizer is now like 14,000 naira per. Everything keeps increasing every day. It will also affect the price of foodstuffs in the market, because all those things are put together to produce that particular food. And the climate change also is not encouraging. Most farmers are using irrigation to make sure there is food security, food is available. And another thing is insecurity. Most of the people who plant much, they are these Hausa people in the north, but they are being attacked on their farm every day. today.
Not just the Hausas, even the Yorubas are being attacked. Everybody.
Yeah,
we are all victims.
Where the food is coming from, the majority of the food is coming from is their side there. They plant grains a lot there, and they are being affected. Even those that are in this Yoruba land too, they are being like attacked on the farm. Most of them, they lost their children's life and all. Who will lost their children's life and still go back to school to farm? It takes courage for someone to do something like that.
All right, thank you so much. We've been having an engaging and interesting conversation, discussion with Ms. Wuro Lashukro Akimboro, who is the CEO of Prime Gold Farm Services, Agric.Youth. Thank you, Agric.Youth Services here in Nigeria. And you know, we've been looking at this issue of youth engagement in agriculture as a key solution, a key factor to ensuring food security. Now we are about, you know, wrapping it up, but I want us to look at the issue of we've looked at the scarcity of food, looking at the implements, you know, looking at how agriculture might be strenuous. I want us to look at, you know, agriculture generally now, looking at what you do, you know, you go into veggies. I want you to talk about what you do as a person, as a young farmer. What do you plant, and how long have you been planting?
I'm into vegetable production.
Okay.
When I say vegetable, we have two types of vegetable, because when people hear vegetable, they think we do an efo. Vegetable is more than that. We have leafy vegetables. We have the non-leafy vegetables.
All right.
Ewedu, efo, they are categorized under the leafy vegetables.
All right.
The non-leafy vegetables like cucumber,
carrots,
yeah,
tomatoes,
right. They are not leafy. Sweet corn, green beans, all of those, they are still vegetables, and they are not leafy vegetables. Okay. So what I do is I plant vegetables, both leafy and non-leafy vegetables. That's what I do. And also sell farm inputs. We sell seeds, we sell seedlings. All right. We supply farm workers, because that is a major problem in the agricultural industry. So, and I think it needs solutions. So we are providing solutions to that.
Interesting.
Supplying farm workers.
Interesting. You know, in a bid to provide solution in your own space, you mentioned something earlier that everybody should contribute their own quota. Everybody cannot be on the farm. Yeah. But in your own space, contribute your quota. If it's in marketing, if it's in planting, if it's in supplying, if it's in, you know, giving of labor, you know, you just make sure that you are playing your part. At least you are producing something. You are not just consuming. We should not just be consumer oriented. Okay. Now you've talked about that. Personally, as a producer, what are the challenges that you can talk about that you have faced as a young person? And if you look back, you know, 3 years ago, what would you have done better? Maybe personal mistakes that you made that you would have done better today, that you feel that you don't want other youths to make, so that we can have more people interested and engaged in agriculture.
Well, one thing is, I think I would have started earlier than this.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Because I procrastinated, like I'm not starting now. There is no money, I don't have money. But when I start, I use the money on me. It was even my feeding money I used.
Like how much are we talking about?
Like 5,000 naira.
Wow.
Yes.
You started vegetable planting with 5,000 naira.
Yes.
Interesting.
So then, before then, I've started rabbit farming. Yes, I was into rabbitry. So I didn't prepare for it. That was one of the mistakes I made. I didn't prepare for it. I bought the rabbits, put it inside my kitchen. So it gave birth. Actually, I lose the rabbits there because of care. I didn't prepare for it. It was later I got to realize that I had to get a cage for the rabbits. So one lesson from that is, whatsoever you want to do in agriculture, make sure you have a concrete plan. A very concrete one. Okay. Know what you want to venture into. Had it been like, I've known like, okay, this is what will require of me to breed these rabbits, I will have prepared fully for it. And I thought like cage would be very, very expensive. And I later made the cage for less than 10,000 naira, 4 houses cage. Wow. I had the money, then I would have raised the money then for the rabbits, for the cage. but I didn't. I thought it would be expensive because I asked people.
So it's not good to assume.
Yes,
Ask
anything
questions.
you want to go all out for it. Like, make sure you have a concrete plan. If you see that the plan won't work, it is better you don't go for it at all than to go for it and just stop halfway. So that is one of the problems I encountered. And another thing is, don't give up. There was a time like I was really
okay. You were challenged with something.
There was a time that I was really choked where I was farming the vegetables. These Fulani, they do attack the place. Our plants, they will come there, eat all what I have planted.
Wow, you mean the animals?
Yes. I planted cucumber in that particular area. I just got to the farm the next day and I see that they've uprooted almost, like I've released it already. They've uprooted almost all the cucumber on the farm. I was so disheartened. There are some days I will go home like with heavy eyes, like I feel like crying, like what is all this about? But I did not stop. Those are the challenges I faced so far. And I cannot say finance, because if you don't have the knowledge of something, finance cannot be your problem. And that is where most of us, we are getting it wrong. We think money is the problem, but knowledge is the problem. We need knowledge.
You know what,
for example, now,
ask you, sorry to cut in,
okay,
that so many youths want quick money. Like, how would you address the issue of getting quick money? Can I go into agriculture and get quick money? I can't get quick money from agriculture, so why should I venture into it? So those are some of the questions on the mind of young people these days.
But let me finish what I was discussing. So, like now, for example, when I started that rabbit, I didn't think someone gave me money. Like, I borrowed money from someone, like, take 15,000 naira, use it to start. I ventured into it, and the rabbit died. I lose everything. We can't be friends again because the person will never trust me again. I didn't have knowledge, and I say I am in need of money. Money for what? What do I want to use the money for?
Knowledge first.
So the knowledge first before money. Like if you want to do anything, money first before knowledge. And one thing I'm also grateful for is that I didn't say I want to plant this, go into honey production, go into poultry, go into rabbits, go into a lot of things at all. Youths do make that mistake also. So I didn't do that. So, but I think it is something. It might be the problem someone is facing right now, or the decision someone is about to make right now. It is not okay. Like if you want to start something, start with poultry. Start on it. Like do everything possible to make
research.
Sure it is successful before you branch into some other aspect of farming.
Interesting.
So those are the challenges I've faced so far. And so, and the later question you had, so you said
quick money.
Quick money.
Youths don't want to get into agriculture because they feel they cannot get quick money from agriculture. How do you address that?
Well, agriculture can give quick money. Don't misunderstand me.
Okay. Okay, I want you to expatiate now.
Yeah, agriculture can give quick money if you have the knowledge of it. There are so many areas of agriculture that people are lacking, and they really need these particular services. They need this particular skill. So many people, like, they want where they can easily buy seedlings that are hybrid, like good ones. Many people have been scammed so many times. If you now have that seedling, like that is very, very good, and you advertise to people, you know people will rush you once you've established the trust, and for them to buy from you, they are going to rush you. If you have good knowledge of what you are doing, you are going to make quick money. Quick money is not within 1 month, maybe within 2 years of starting.
Within 2 years.
Maybe within 3 years, maybe within 1 year of starting.
Actually, there's really no business that you start that you do not have you do not have challenges. You don't have to wait till maybe later on that you now get yields. We're going to take some comments from our listeners right now, our viewers, from across Nigeria and even globally. We have somebody watching from Ghana today, in person of Duma Hal Azan Wahid. Thank you so much, Duma Hal Azan Wahid, for watching us from Ghana, and he said something. I will just maybe take your reaction to some of these comments very quickly before we wrap up on the show today. It says youth have a myopic understanding when it comes to agriculture. They think agriculture is just about cultivating and rearing, while failing to understand that agriculture is a business. You know, it makes us fall back to the issue of orientation that you're talking about, and knowledge, and which I think you have done your best to say that youth need to get knowledge.
Yes,
they need to
get knowledge, because if you have knowledge of something, it is hard. It will be very hard for you to fail in that regard. Many people do think when you say agriculture, people do think maybe it is just to cultivate and to rear animals, but it is far more than that. It is far more than that. Agriculture we are agriculture. Agriculture is us. Agriculture is all we do. When you eat, you remember, oh, this is agriculture. The clothes we put on, the roof on our head, everything around us. Agriculture is problem solving, because without agriculture there will be a lot of problems, and with agriculture the problem is just minimal. We still have problems with agriculture. Now we can look into our problems, like, okay, how can we really combat the other problems we are having? Agriculture is problem solving. Agriculture is everything.
All right, let's take some other comments here on our page. We have some of our followers really dropping their comments today, and we want to appreciate you for this that you're doing. Well, you know, I just want to say this in Mr. Macaroni's voice, that you are doing well. Oi, thank you so much, people. This one is from Ani Kaye Abdugani Olamileko. He's a follower, and he says, Agric is the #1 wealth generating sector I know. Just what you said, just to corroborate what you said earlier on. This one is coming from Abdulaziz Abdulgafar Adewale. He says, our wealth is agriculture. As a young person, we can diversify and generate more revenue from agriculture. Statistically speaking, in the nearest future, agriculture is going to be the biggest wealth creating sector. That's making me fall in love with agriculture.
It is going to be, because we can't stop eating, and the population keep increasing. So what are we going to do to keep producing? Agriculture can never go into extinction.
You know, it's as if we should never stop this conversation this afternoon. The way you said that, you know, the population will keep increasing. That is so solid, because we don't have a population control mechanism that is really functioning in Nigeria. You know, right about now we are over 200 million people. What are we going to be numbering by 2050, by 2030? You know, we'll definitely have more people. That is Nigeria.
People are still saying they don't want to venture into agriculture because it is a dirty profession.
It is not.
And they keep giving birth. What do you want? What
do you want them to eat?
It might come to a time that you will have money and you won't see, and you won't have anything to buy with the money.
Thank you for mentioning that. I think that is very profound. There will be time. We should guard against such day. You know, like they say, the day of doom. May we not see it. That we'll have money, will not be able to buy what we may never be for us. But one of the things we need to do as individuals, beyond just talking it, let's do it. Let's be doers of what we are talking about. We are seeing comments from people all over Nigeria, from Ghana, you know, people watching from all over the world today, saying one or two things about agriculture being a key to food security. You know, we are talking about years to come. That means we need to start from our children. Those children you are giving birth to. Have you told them about agriculture? Have you said something to them about agriculture?
And again, the society should stop telling their child that don't study agriculture. Agriculture is for local people. Agriculture is not for local people. I want to raise my voice like agriculture is not for the local people. You can put on suits and go to farm. Like agriculture is also corporate. You can be a farmer and also be corporate. You can be a farmer and dress well. Agriculture has nothing to do with tattered clothes. Agriculture has nothing to do with dirty clothes. Our forefathers who are into agriculture those days, and they do put on dirty clothes. They will put on Ankara shokoto and lace top. Not that they don't have money. In those days, they do refer to farmers as rich people. All those people, they are rich. It is just their time. They might just think that agriculture is just like that. They don't know they have to dress well to farm. Even these days, those people, they are rich. They are rich, they have money. If they want anything, they will say Baboni Coco.
Right.
Baboni Coco is the richest people, richest man in the village back then.
Right. You know.
So what now happen now in our own time that we have technology, everything has improved.
Right.
We have tractor that can work for us. You're now telling someone not to venture into agriculture because agriculture is a dirty profession. Because agriculture is a dirty profession. You see, it is just like, let me call it misinformation, because it is not the right information. We should leave our children. If they want to do agriculture, leave them, let them do agriculture. You can be in, okay, you are also in agriculture, yes. You are in the media, you are proselytizing it. But you are here like this, see your face, see how beautiful it is. You are a farmer also.
Right.
So many times if I go, people will be like, are you sure you are going to farm like this? Especially with my shade.
Wow.
They'll be like, so you are going to farm with your shade.
That reminds me, she came with her shade. You know what you said?
You are not a real farmer. Like, I'm not a real farmer. Why? Because I have to do dirty, right? That is not how my own agriculture is. My own agriculture is different.
So there is need for us to really talk agriculture. You know, that is why we have put a program like this on our platform on SPFS television to talk about agriculture. I usually say that this is a Get Agric Right platform. This is a reorientation platform where we discuss agriculture, we celebrate farmers, we talk agric, we celebrate agripreneurs, we discuss everything that has to do with agriculture. So in case you're joining us for the first time today, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure that you are following us, all our news, everything that we talk about on agriculture today, because you need information, especially these days. You know, you said something about we having digital equipment, technology at our beck and call, yet we are not channeling it into agriculture, which we ought to do. So we need to start doing it right. We need to start doing it better. And you said something about agriculture's farmers being rich people. I recall that my grandmother of blessed memory, I recall that they used to call her Olobi. Olobi. You know, those days, Obi was one of those export crops.
Yes.
And she was a very rich person. I heard that she had one of the best Ofi in Egbaland. They measure their wealth with Ofi. And I recall my dad telling me stories of she exporting some Obi to as far as those big countries. Then they will bring out so many things from abroad in exchange for our Obi. The same thing with my grandfather, who was into cocoa. But when we talk about agriculture today, I'm also guilty, and it's just to say that we all have to take our part. We have to take our roles and play them well. It is at this point that we have to try to make sure that we wrap up for today, because we have really said a lot. Yes, we're going to take your advice, definitely. But I just want to make sure that all that we have said today is not in vain. Let us go back to our homes, to our individual schools, to our societies, whether in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Africa, and make sure that we preach that we need to keep growing, we need to keep cultivating, we need to keep farming, because that's the only thing that can sustain us. Because agriculture is life. Agriculture is beyond. It is an agriculture that we need to fall back to and practice. So, your final words on the show, Ms. Wurola, as we close for the day.
My advice for the youth is nothing is easy. Even death is not easy. So my advice for the youth is that we should embrace agriculture. Agriculture is never a dirty profession. Like, as you can see me, I am not looking dirty.
Right.
I have been to the farm, like I do go to farm, but I don't look dirty. Yoruba people will say, it is the way you present yourself that people will take you. If you present yourself to be a farmer, that is a farmer, like, they will take you as such. But if you tell them that agriculture, your own agriculture is different, they are going to take it as such. I want to tell you that please engage agriculture. That small land in your backyard, plant something on it. That small land in your neighborhood that no one is using, ask for it. They are going to give it to you. I asked for a particular land like that, and I got it, and I planted something on it. Ask for it. Ask people around. Ask people around. Ask them for land. Plant the little things. If it is just maize, plant this rainy season that is coming. Plant something. Plant some of the things you eat. Embrace home gardening. Start small. There is no big money anywhere. There is no jobs around. Agriculture is one of the sure bets I know that it can create employment, massive employment